now I'm thinking my brain and I kinda felt how it feels to be the zombie. It's a nut. I've been lied to. I thought it's a potato. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step, where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And I'm with Toto's Battle in the UK and admin of Battlespears English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
Hello Ayumu, how are you holding up in the heat wave?
You call this a heat wave?
Nah, it's already done. It's actually like the weather's like really good today. It was perfect for me. I was like, yeah, the breeze was nice. The sun wasn't too harsh. And yeah, generally, yeah, I did not sweat my pockets now. Is this spring? Is this the fabled spring? Is this why people rate spring so highly?
Yeah, spring is good. Spring is good.
Yeah. It's good because it didn't exist.
What?
No, I mean like this year's like the argument is like the window for spring and autumn is getting like shorter and shorter. So it felt like, yeah, this is like either winter but a little bit warmer, or summer, or just summer, or just a trial to summer. And it's going to be such like daily, so like it's going to be like like maybe 12 to 17 on like one day, and then like the next day is just like, yep, it's going to be at least 20, and then like highest is like 28. So I was like, huh, how does that work? And then it's going to be like that for like 1 week, and then like suddenly it becomes like more consistent for like 2 weeks. Like it's going to be like hot for like 2 weeks, and then it's going to be cold for 2 weeks until like the season actually changes. Yeah, it's confusing. I think like even like periodically speaking, like it still exists, but I think I guess like as with everything, the basic knowledge is very oversimplified. Like it isn't not a clear middle point. This the point where like the seasons are like, well, not like the weather is like in the middle of changing. So like it's still like the cold is still there, the heat is coming, or like the other way around for autumn. Yeah, it's confusing. I came from a country that has one season, so like 4 seasons is just like, how does this work? Like, what is the mechanism? What are the rules? Like, is there like a variance in this? This is like AI. It's just like AI, isn't it?
This is like Minecraft season update. Now you have 4 seasons.
Yo, just like Japan. That's one of like the main small talk of like they said like the stereotype of like the small talk in Japan. If they meet a foreigner, like, do you know that Japan has 4 seasons? I guess, yeah. Don't know who they have been trading with. I know that Japan, like, traditionally, like for the longest time, have closed themselves. Like, did they not trade or like invade other East Asian countries at some point? Don't they have like 4 seasons in China and Korea?
I don't know. I don't know why I was freaking so seriously.
Yeah, because I don't know, because like I think like Hong Kong is slightly skewing more into like South Asia, right? So like, don't think like the seasonal changes is as apparent. There's just like summer and like hotter summer basically. Or I don't know. I mean like I never came to. I mostly just came to Hong Kong for like 1 to 3 days. So like I never went to Hong Kong where it snows. And I went exactly twice. in my life, in my whole life.
Sorry, where?
To Hong Kong.
Ah, right.
Yeah. Because like I mean like one of like my other point of interest as an Southeast Asian, right? Is like this thing called ASEAN, which is
Then, yeah. What
which
does that mean?
is ASEAN is a association of Southeast Asian nations, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's basically EU, but for the
Southeast
siblings.
Asia, yeah.
For the siblings. Oh, and of course it's this one is an actual organization, so not just because you are geographically in Southeast Asia doesn't mean you are automatically part of ASEAN.
Yeah, just like the EU.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Switzerland isn't part of EU or something like that.
Yeah. I think like Switzerland is not part of the EU, but it is part of the Schengen, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's like Switzerland's not an EU member state.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think similar stuff, yeah.
Because I think like at one point I think like Hong Kong was considering joining.
Okay.
Like there are like some countries that are like geographically like nearer to East Asia, but they are like considering joining ASEAN. So like that is an interesting thing. Because like I think like the most I heard about ASEAN is basically in social studies and history, but not really everywhere else. Because like I think like we need to improve that a little bit, because ASEAN is like supposed to be like the major Southeast Asian countries. I think like when I talk with Wilson, like we don't really hear too much about like countries that are not our immediate neighbor. So like of course like as an Indonesian I would hear more about like Malaysia and Singapore. But I don't even know like what Thailand is like until I went to Germany, I think. Because like my exposure to Thai culture is mostly just like Thai restaurant that I don't even know if they are authentic or not, because the owner is my mom's schoolmate. So like he's definitely not Thai.
Right.
The food is bomb though, but who knows? Who knows what's under? Because like one of the menu that I really like, I don't know if it's just a gimmick, but there's a pineapple fried rice. Which
yeah. I think I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is a Thai thing, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. Probably it is a Thai thing, but like they made their own recipe. Just like fine. Basically, just make a really good fried rice. Put it in a whole lot of pineapple, and just call it.
Ask GPT.
Yay!
It's pineapple fried rice
Thai.
of Thai origin.
Yay! Because like I think like what Thai and Vietnamese government like do good is actually I think they have like some kind of funding. If you're a Thai or a Vietnamese abroad, like you can apply for funding to make like Thai or Vietnamese restaurant. That's why we see them everywhere. And they also give you like some list of menu that you have to adhere to. So that's actually a pretty smart move on their side, because now if you go to like most Thai restaurant in your country, you will comfortably find like the same stuff that you can find in other Thai restaurant in your country. So like basically if they assign like pad Thai to the US, for example, like you can go to most, if not all, like Thai restaurant, and then maybe they can serve you like other stuff that are probably more authentic. But at the very least, like if you are already familiar with pad Thai, then you can order pad Thai and you should be able to get that. If you're not feeling adventurous, then you can at least like have some sort of safe space. Because I think like especially with new cuisine, you kind of want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's something that we can learn from, because especially with Indonesian food. Yeah, I think that's also the problem, right? I think we can't really comfortably like say, yeah, this is. I mean, like we can say stuff like, yeah, nasi goreng, mie goreng. These are like our national dish, but like that is like saying like ramen is the national dish of Japan, right? Because it's like, yeah, which ramen? Can you like really visibly like, because like even with the major styles, like you will probably still need to have like at least 3 different thing, I think, at the very least, with the major versions, and then you do have like lots of smaller versions. I guess like Indian, it kind of depends on the government, right? Because like I mean like even with Thai or like Vietnamese cuisine, it's not like you will find this like everywhere in Vietnam, because it's going to be like, yeah, this dish actually comes from like this specific region. If we are from like the other part of the country, you will probably not get this. But it's like, yeah, it's like some of like the ones that are less of, well, not less offensive, but like it's easier to digest if you are not familiar with the culture. So I suppose there are some styles that are probably a little bit easier to digest. But yeah, as long as you can also survive like the comments from like Indonesians who never left the country. That was also like whenever I see like contents about Indonesian food abroad, like that's the one that I definitely can expect is that, and this is kind of like a bad habit of mine, because I know the comments are going to be there, but I still like open the comments and then, yep, call that. Someone is like saying, yeah, if you eat this in Indonesia, it will cost like a tenth of what you paid in that restaurant. I was like, I mean, you are not wrong, but have you ever considered how much it costs to go to Indonesia? Especially if you're like an American who never have to leave the country, and then now you have to go through all the efforts, because like let's not pretend that the time you spend is not a cost.
Fair enough, yeah.
Because like I think like that's also the misconception of like a lot of people, right? Like if things doesn't cost you money, then it's basically free. But let's say it takes you like 3 days like of like filling in documents, submitting it to the government office, waiting for the reply, and then completing stuff, going for an interview, and then you have to go back and pick it up again. Then that's a cost on top of what you probably have to pay, or even if that is free, then you already like spent that. So if you have to pay, then you have to pay on top of the time cost that you already lost. And yeah, going out of the country like for the first time, it's going to be hard. And then there's like the social cost as well, because like now, yeah, the culture is going to be really different. It's like, okay, like how much do you want to go? Do you want to learn the language? Do you want to kind of like Google stuff to kind of like, you know, like how the vibe is, and so on and so on. And then there's when you reach Indonesia, if you want to go to the good places, it's going to be, I mean like the good place is also very arguable, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm a city guy, so I will know what is good in the city. You just need to have a motorcycle, or someone who you ride with someone who knows the hole in the walls. You go to the hole in the walls, because we don't really, because I think it's not really that you can't really get it in the restaurants, but because our culture was so tight with, okay, like food has to be cheap, like we don't really have the culture that food is an experience yet. So like if you charge like 100K for like a meal that you can get for like 15K in a canteen, then nobody's going to buy that. But I think like when I was leaving for Germany, I think like we started to go in that direction, because now you kind of realize like, God bless, and that one is like people are like some people are like moving socially moving to kind of like in the headspace of like, yeah, I have food as like experience part of the food. And then yeah, we have more expat workers as well who will probably, this is going to be their first introduction to the culture. Maybe they're not going to be here for like long. And then like, especially if they are like coming for a conference or something, right? You can't really bring them to like the dingy places because this is the real Indonesian experience, right? I mean, like if they come from like Asian countries or like they are like really adventurous, maybe. But if they are like already stressed, they are like 19 hours. They have like 19 hours from Los Angeles, and yeah, I mean like at that point they already have to pass through LAX, and that is like what people have described as like a hellish experience, which we can kind of attest to since we did fly to and from LAX, and that was a very confusing experience indeed. So yeah, and then you come there, you come from the meeting, and then like you have like maybe like 2 hours, and then like now you are already usually like on your limousine or something. Well, maybe not limousine, but you're always in your car. Everything is comfortable, and then now suddenly this guy is like, yeah, let me take you on a motorcycle like through all this traffic, cutting through the red lights, and then like we are going to eat like in the dangerous place, and then you have to eat with your hands. Is it going to be good? Probably yes, but like maybe he wouldn't be in a headspace where he can enjoy it. Probably he didn't care. I guess like then like you, as the sales guy, you will probably bring him to a more international restaurant that can accommodate that kind of headspace where he just wanted to have like a comfortable meal. And I think that is kind of like a miss opportunity to kind of like get a compromise where we can get them in a comfortable headspace, but also introduce them to our culture, right? Which I think yeah, our Southeast Asian siblings have done better, I suppose. But yeah, where was I? But and then yeah, so but basically that's my idea because I'm a city guy, right? So like that's there's the some restaurants that might. So if you ask me like where to eat, then one, I'm going to bring you to kind of like the food markets. Well, it's not exactly a market, but it's kind of going to be like a whole street where there's a lot of restaurants, and then like that's where like the people who do good food like is going to naturally gather. Usually, that is one. And then if you want to just like have a comfortable meal, I'm just going to bring you to the mall, and then it's going to be a chain, probably Japanese chain. Because like, you know, if you go to Japan, you bring someone to Yoshinoya. Oh yeah, I mean like we're just going to fill our belly, isn't it? But if you go to Yoshinoya in Jakarta, it's a fucking event. Because it costs like 3 times as much to eat in Yoshinoya as if you are going to eat like in a canteen somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, so like if you go to Yoshinoya, for us like the middle and lower class, it's a fucking event. And then you ended up like, okay, like you come to Yoshinoya and then like there's the beef bowl and everything. That's the authentic stuff that they like. Well, it's not from Japan, but like the recipe is from Japan. They need to adjust that because the market is different, blah blah. But it's going to be like basically like the same with Japan. No. We need to get the meal that they discounted to the ground. It's going to be fried chicken with rice and maybe some sort of like water, ice water or iced tea. I don't know why. I think like we do iced tea more. Just plain green tea with ice.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one small piece of fried chicken and one small scoop of rice. But trust me, this is the shit.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like if they still keep their quality from like 7 years ago, that is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like right now in general, people think sukiya is better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cheaper as well. So. At least in Hong Kong.
Yeah. I think in Japan it's kind of like it's kind of football thing. Because there's the three big three. Like you kind of pick your poison. I think like the general consensus is that Yoshinoya has the best sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, so Suki has the like just generally like their food quality is like it's just generally better than the other two. And then if you just want to save money, then Matsuya is going to be marginally cheaper. I mean, like they are cheap fast food, so like at that point, like how much more you can shave for like you are actually like just serving cardboard. So yeah, I mean like yeah, they said it's cheaper, but like by how much?
Fair enough.
Yeah, as a tourist, it will be negligible. If you eat there, if you are working in a factory, you need to eat there every day. Then it's probably going to make a difference. Even a 10 yen difference going to be like 300, like 600 yen a month.
Yeah.
So like, it can still get you something, but like if we are coming as a tourist, yeah, that's going to be negligible. So I guess just the 185 with, I guess. And if you can't find like the 185 with, like the other two are going to do just fine. And it's like comparing like fried chicken, isn't it? Like, yeah, you might prefer Kentucky Fried Chicken over Popeyes, but like still fried chicken in it. That's going to be nice no matter where you go.
Fair enough, yeah.
But yeah, I guess like then the gap is like sometimes people are actually from a remote town or a village. Well, not a remote town. It sounds like really bad, but like from a smaller town or a village, right? Then like yeah, you just come and then like we can cook for you. Like yeah, good luck living the city in the first place, I guess. Because yeah, I think they probably feel like comfortable because they probably do not need to leave their village, or at most like maybe they need to go to the city like once a year or once every 3 months. Probably underestimating that probably they need to travel a little bit more. But yeah, well, like if you are already living in a village, that's the best part, right? You live in a place that are generally stress free. You have everything. You might not have modern conveniences, but like for the most part, your needs are already accounted for. Like if you don't need to live there, if you don't need to live at that place, you generally are going to be fine. And in Indonesia, even though like it can be very dense, especially in Java. Like you don't really move from like a big city to a village. Like at most you are going to live in a town that is like attached to the, well, not a town even, like a smaller city that is attached to the bigger city, and then you're going to commute there, and it's going to be on a very limited range as well, because otherwise it's just not economically feasible. Like once I consider to live in Tangerang, and then I'm going to work. Because I was working in West Jakarta. Like I can take a train which is like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I think, from like my uncle's place in Tangerang. Ended up not taking it because like in the end, like yeah, it's kind of awkward as well, because like now I have to take like maybe like 5 to 10 minutes ride with the bike taxi to the station, and then I need to take the train hopefully on time, and then it's a local train, right? It's not exactly a mass rapid transit kind of like deal like in like the trams in Germany. So it's kind of like maybe they will do like 2 trips per hour. They don't really do it that often. Like yeah, I mean like if I miss like the timing, then it can be really bad at this one. And then like because it is not generally meant, I think, to be a mass rapid transit, and well, it's probably not because it's not a mass rapid transit, but the placement of the stations is kind of, it feels like it was done before like the kind of like the economical center kind of like forms. So like it is exactly like in the heart of like whatever is happening. So like if you want to leave the place where if you want to leave the station, it's going to be like really quite awkward as well, because the closest station that I have to my office is in a literal market. Like yeah, it's going to be like really hard as well to get like the bike taxi, and then there's also the clash between like the existing bike taxi and the basic like Uber for bikes. So like during now, I think like everybody just gave up. Everyone they just became Uber driver basically. But like back then, they still like, yeah, we have like a strong mafia here. So like we can just bully the Uber guys to not be here anymore, pretty much. So you kind of have to awkwardly like, yeah, maybe you walk like 5 to 10 minutes, which is not easy because like the roads are very small. You're going to hit traffic really soon, and then this is Southeast Asia. There's no such thing as a pedestrian crossing. You kind of have to do like the Magneto thing, and then try to hopefully just pray to God that nobody is going to hit you, or you can just walk fast enough before like a truck will hit you or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably why we are, to some extent, depending on where we live, are somewhat religious, because you kind of have to do whenever you do that, you feel close to God.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like I think like I mean, like when I went to school, I think we crashed once. So I was like, we had a driver, but I took like the motorcycle. And then I think like on the way to my school, like we crashed on another motorbike. So like thankfully it's not with a car. If it's with a car, we'll probably not be talking today. So yeah, it was with another motorcycle. It's a family of 3, of course. Southeast Asia, you have to fit as much as you can, but it's a city, so it's not as bad as like in the countryside, thankfully. But yeah. I did not expect that I would have to crash into someone on my way to school when I'm already almost late, and my driver is stressed because like, oh my god, we're not going to be there on time. I think I got a detention in the end. So like, I guess it works. I mean, like I did not in the end. I think like I just maxed out on like, because like my school's detention works on a point system.
Okay.
So basically, whenever you do an infringement of the school rules, you are assigned a point, and then according to the point that you get a detention for like a comparable amount of time. I think it's a 1 point is kind of like one whole, what was it again? Well, the time unit that you do for like the classes. So you miss one class if you are late, for example. So you are late for like up to half an hour. Then you have to stay for like in the detention room for like one whole class, and then you get like 1 point. If you get 5 points, then you get your first warning. If you get 3 warnings, then you are expelled.
Damn.
Yeah. I think
Why is it English? Why do we have detention first? We get warning first.
Oh, no. So yeah, so basically the warning is not. I put that as a warning, but it's kind of like a harsher warning.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's not a warning as in verbal warning. It's the warning as in like like if you are working, then you can have like a warning letter. I'm not sure how to describe that in English, but like you basically get what was it again? you get the write up, right? And then like if you have like 3 write ups, then you are done. It's that kind of deal.
Right. Okay.
But that got reset every time I advance. And I think by the end of the school year, I have like 15 points. I think like,
Okay.
or I think like by the time like I was about to like, oh yeah, I mean like the school is about to be done. I only have 4 points. Time to sleep in a little bit. I went like, it's chemistry. I'm going to sleep in anyway. Nah, just kidding. Sorry to my chemistry teacher, Miss Ariani. That is not intentional. Because my chemistry teacher, right? I don't know what is with her voice, but it was. I don't think that this like it is particularly boring, but like for some reason when I have chemistry on the first period, even if I had drink coffee, like I started drinking coffee because I fall asleep like numerous times on chemistry during first period. Yeah, that's why I started drinking coffee. But that doesn't help. You know, I like coffee. Because my mom, of course, like at first like gave me like the 3-in-1 ones, which has like a metric ton of sugar. So when you are first like your first encounter with coffee is just thing that tastes sweet and close to chocolate, of course you're going to want to drink more, and you don't think that this is harmful until you get into university, and then you drink like 5 of this like a day, and then like you started to know what caffeine is, and then like, oh shit, I'm already too late. This is 3 a.m. and I still can't sleep. Fuck my life. And yeah, and how do we get into that from me like trying to express my discontent with people like commenting online. But yeah, bottom line, yeah, I think we just need to realize that trying out other culture needs effort. So like don't diss people when someone is like making an effort and it's not perfect. It's not like these people have like tried like actual burgers and give it enough room to kind of like enjoy it. I think like when you are not used to burgers, even like burgers for us who live in the city, it sounds like the most inoffensive thing, right? But if you don't live somewhere in the city, and then like first of all, especially if you're in Southeast Asia, you probably never eaten bread in your life, or like it has never been a well, it's not that you never eaten it in your life, but it was never instilled in you, like especially in Indonesia, because we are kind of like have this propaganda before that basically like the main carb is just rice. So like basically if you eat with anything but rice, that is not a complete meal. That's kind of like the propaganda that still lives with us today. And I guess like now with the younger generations, it kind of started to wear off. If you eat noodles, that's your carb for that meal. If you eat bread, that is your carb for that meal. We can kind of understand now. But like but like previous generation, you can go to the canteen still, and then you can buy noodles as a side for your rice. I did that because it's I was hungry and I was broke. Yeah, I guess like because of that, like it's kind of like a hard sell if you're like still in this mindset that okay, like if you want the meal to be complete, it needs to have rice, and then you present them this one single burger that visually looks really small. It has 1 meat, 2 bread, and then maybe some vegetables. And then you want to say that to them that this is a complete meal. You don't need anything else. Maybe some fries on the side, or maybe some rice. But this is the complete meal basically. It just wouldn't connect with them, isn't it? And then, especially like I think like this is also the sad part if we live in like south, like the south, the more south in Asia you go, like we kind of like rely on spice more. And I think that's kind of like sad whenever you see like someone from Southeast Asia or from India, and then they say and then they tried like European foods, and then they said like, this is too bland. Like, yeah, I think I mean, this is just my privilege speaking again. So yeah, I mean, I already given context that I am middle class that grew up in the city, so I am already used to like eating food from like various spice level. But I think like whenever you, especially if you are living with your family and then you rarely eat outside, and then your family keep on basically like cooking stuff that is convenient to kind of like eat together, then it's probably going to be mostly like, yeah, just either just like if you're more in the north, probably it's going to be like fresher. If you're in the south, it's going to be all spice. It's kind of hard to meet in the middle or like go to the other side. It's easier if you live in the city and you kind of like, oh yeah, there's this, and then it's way more accessible to kind of like try the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of just sad because I think like it's harder to kind of like go from full spice to no spice. It's kind of yeah. I mean like just because like European food is generally like relatively speaking to like South Asian food, especially South Asian and Southeast Asian food, especially like they are not as heavily spiced, but they can be good. They can still be nice, but like it's kind of like hard to kind of like get this mental barrier, get through this mental barrier if you don't see if the chicken is not yellow, if the chicken is not black. In a good way, of course, but yeah. Well, but I guess it's kind of just I guess in the end, people need time. So just give yourself some time. You don't really need to like it. Just go to the other side sometimes, and just understand that whenever other people, especially from like a significantly different culture from you, doesn't really like your stuff, but they tried it, like they already made that huge leap to kind of like go to the other side, and it didn't work out for them, but they made the effort. So kind of like we still need to give them, well, we didn't really give them credit, but like yeah, we still need to appreciate that they are willing to make that jump. Yep. As usual, if the topic went to food, we can be sitting here for 2 hours and forget that we are a card game podcast. So I need to cut myself there and go back to the sushi. And by sushi, I mean we have a slice of pizza for the last week's eternal shop battle result. So nothing really new here. I think Brigade is starting to be a little bit more visible. Chaos is getting smaller and smaller. Stickworm, like the Crimson contract, is getting a little bit more traction, I suppose. Yeah, Chaos is Chaos is finally fading somehow. For some reason. Even though I think like if we are talking about like the tournament decks, it is still kind of like a popular choice for people. Although I think now if people are like just trying to win, well, if they are focused on winning, I think their choice will be more skewed towards Moonlight or the Barone Astral Deity. Yeah. It's interesting to kind of like finally see the shift. Of course, Para is the new toy in the meta. So regardless, I think like lots of people are going to want to use them, whether they, I mean like the deck is really strong and it's new. So I think like there's the two factor in which like yeah, the deck is going to do well a lot because like lots of people are going to want to use them.
Yep.
And actually like yeah, I think like the events are still going on. I think they are going to take a break from Eternal, and yeah, I think I already have like, yeah, why did I just saw the event the event schedule like the other day. I think it's in my episode on the standard on the PS not PS Next, but oh god, wait. Oh yeah, yeah, that's why it's because it's not there yet.
Well, it's not there?
Nah, it's the one it's the Eternal promo pack one. I mean, like, we are still in the middle of reviewing the script, so that's why I haven't collected the assets yet. I mean, I already researched it, but I haven't I haven't downloaded the assets for the video yet. Because we are still in the middle of reviewing the script for it.
Right.
Yeah, because I think, like, that is like, one of the thing that I kind of want to highlight there is basically because there's a gap. I think, like, starting from November, they are going to do more qualifiers, like a big scale qualifiers. But I think, between September and October, they will not have anything. But until August, they will have like smaller scale qualifiers in the shops and everything. Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, something like that. Especially
Yeah.
like more shop tournaments, basically.
Yep. But yeah, basically that's what we can expect from Eternal. So I think this kind of shift is going to be skewed. Still, I mean, like, basically, like, the tournament results are probably still going to be skewed more into Eternals. But since the standard tournaments are also coming, I think that's why we are starting to see at least a little bit more of the standard results coming in. It's not a big increase yet, but I think, like, at least, like, the trend is increasing, so I think that's a good thing still. And yeah, I guess with more sample, Fish is still the king. And then Bobby Hanaros is following right behind. And of course we are seeing less red winning. I say that as we have Gaim, which is still red. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yep. And we are going to get BS02 next month. And then a break on August. And then the best time of the year, because in September we have the Diva booster and the Diva starter. Yay! Best time of the year. We're definitely going to open as much box as we can afford. Yeah. So, speaking of the Diva, of course we have to talk about the Diva. We have been introduced with the Diva that is coming back to Battle Spirits in the standard format. So of course we now need to talk about the Diva that is actually coming from the standard format. So I was kind of like being mean to her because I was like, yeah, when we are talking about yellow, now the headspaces you're probably going to go to Loch Ness, which is pretty much literally is bringing the whole color on its back. But I guess, like, the pattern that they are introducing today, and this is the only sad part, is that probably tomorrow we are going to be introduced to the Diva version of Neplander or Panjang. Either one of them.
Oh my god, I can't imagine the panda.
Oh yeah. Hopefully it's a panda. But yeah, it's kind of a missed opportunity, but we are going to have them next week, so don't worry. Yay. Yeah, so of course, because we are focusing on the Diva that comes from the booster cards, of course we have Zelotol coming in as not coming in, because these Divas are usually not the spirits themselves, they are inspired by the spirits. So Zelotia is
like, she's getting the dragon himself is getting a lot of love, not gonna lie.
Exactly. That's why it's like, I think, like, he has like 2 or 3 alternate art already, so I was like, huh. Panda is like really shelling hard for this dragon. But yeah, I mean, like, you don't really need to make more special versions. Make us more magic for Thunder Dragon, for fuck's sake. Well, I mean, it's not like it's not useful now, but I guess, like, with the limited amount of magic right now, his effectiveness is also a little bit hindered because your options is a little bit more limited. I think even a BP increase magic will be still quite good. I think now your only option is nesting, which you will pay two cost 4. So maybe a one, like a one cost of the reduction plus 2,000 can be something that is a good synergy with Zelotl. Maybe we're going to get that with Zelotia, I don't know. I guess like there's I think like I have brought it up before, but someone argued this like can we really make a diva out of spirits that you just met for like a few months, right? But I think like by the time the diva booster is out, BS01 is going to be already like 5 months old. So I think like you have time to kind of acclimate yourself. But yeah, guess it kind of depends on like which spirit are you going to use most. And hopefully Loknas gets a diva that promotes him, that actually like shines. Yeah. I get to play more yellow, yay!
Yay!
Yippee! So yeah, of course, this diva booster doesn't this diva set basically doesn't come with only yellow, unfortunately. As much as I wanted everything to be yellow, we have 4 colors. So we have red, green, yellow, and blue. So the blue one is going to come tomorrow. By the time of this recording, we have the red, green, and yellow refilled. Fongnina, who has been refilled before, there's also a green spirit. And of course, for red, we have the goat. Well, not really. Arguably, can be the goat for red right now, which we have been questioning again and again. But he has proven himself again and again. It's Valdikaya. And he got a supporter in Valdinagaya. Yeah, it's time. I just sent this to my friend who really likes red, and then we are going to clash in the stage next time. Yeah, or is it finally my time to play red? Yes, I started my still started entry deck on my left. Yeah, and then of course, I would say that I've called this, but this is my personal wish, and it has been granted. We have Mermaidia Princess as a diva.
And she has a different name as well.
Yeah. So it might be, I mean, like her hairstyle is like really subtly different. So is it the same? I mean, like one of the other thing that is a little bit different from a Mermaidia Princess is her ears. Because of course, like you can say that she has legs instead of fins, but that's what mermaid do. So I don't know if the transformation magic just included her ears, or if she is just another person that is inspired by Mermaidia Princess.
I think she's just like another person because like she's different names, right?
Yep, that's also a big, what was it again? A big possibility. But it will be nice to see that if this is just her, or Mermaidia Princess is just basically not really a race, but it's kind of like there are multiple princesses as if with a huge kingdom. And this is basically the Mermaidia Princess that is portrayed in Mermaidia Princess. But yeah, I really like the color, the shade, well, the gradient on her hair. So like, and I didn't get Mermaidia Princess at all. So is this my chance to finally get a Mermaidia Princess? Finally play green for real. We'll see in the next episode of The Time Gaming. Yeah, so those are the divas stuff that I am going to be excited for. We still don't know how they would adapt the diva effects into battle spirits, of course. I guess like next stage, on stage, I mean, next stage, on stage is probably going to be somewhat adaptable. Maybe just like form change, they're going to make it into like you have to attack and then you do on stage. Or we'll see. Maybe, I guess like arguably speaking, because now if you do an on stage, you okay, so like now the only problem with on stage is that you draw one more cards from your deck, so you don't. In the end, you kind of like don't really you do get one new card from your deck. Yeah, so fuck, my math is not mathing. Yeah, overall,
what's the math?
yeah, I think like overall it's a +0, but you do get like a one whole different card. So you get like an information advantage over your deck basically, still. But arguably speaking, yeah, I guess like you can kind of like just bring it as is, depending on how strong like the yeah. But there's also the advantage of you getting like a big spirit just right away by just paying 3 costs, and then you get like an 8-cost spirit. Arguable, but I suppose that can be the argument to not bring it like as is. But I guess with the power level that we see in BS02, might be. I mean, like BS02, they are really, really, really pushing into like encouraging you to use succession, right?
Yeah. True, yeah.
Yeah, and then they started to introduce more spirit that can go to like basically like lose more than half of their cost when they basically like 6 for 6-cost spirit they can go to like 1. For 8-cost spirit they can go to 3. So like they have like more of that in BS02. So I guess like at that point, since Diva is going to join much later, it's kind of like it can be kind of like justifiable, especially because the next support is going to be next year, literally. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
I think they will need something to hold on themselves. But also the other hand, speaking of like next year, Kamen Rider is going to have the same problem. Because we have we have known that the next collaboration is going to be Aikatsu. The next collaboration is going to be another title. So actually, it's kind of sad that we just for this time, even though in Eternal we were like, okay, so it is a Kamen Rider collaboration. Let's guess what the next collaboration will be. Of course, going to be Kamen Rider. Of course, going to be Kamen Rider for 3 consecutive collaboration boosters. I'm sick of this spandex people. Even though I cried on the Ace element of that ZO movie that everybody says it's bad, but I still cried at the end of the movie. Because these are the spandex men that I grew up watching, man. These guys are like the one who watched me get my bachelor's degree and my master's degree, man. Even graduated from, well, even way back further. I think like I watched Ryuki. Oh yeah, God bless.
Thank
I think like I watched Ryuki. Well, Ryuki, I think it's during my high school. So yeah, I mean like I even have to go like to completely different high school. So that's another challenge that I have to go through in my life. Not the biggest challenge, but like yeah, it's going to new environment is always scary at first.
Yeah.
Although, you know, like one of my geography teacher, he kind of roast me.
Why?
Like, you know, Theodore, you are a very shy, you are a very quiet person. I think like you definitely have to go. If you want to go to university, you have to go like somewhere else. If you go to a university within the city, you'll meet like the same people. you are going to be too comfortable. You are not going to grow out of it. So you have to go outside and then like hopefully it's not going to fix you right away, but like it's going to force you into a situation where you kind of have to figure things out without your friends to kind of like be the fallback. Yeah, and I guess it kind of did help me to some extent, even though just like 2 years ago when we went to a ramen restaurant. I never booked a restaurant in my life before. That was my first time ever, and then the restaurant was full, and then like Amami was like, yeah, just say that we can we come like in 1 hour, and then like I know like it's a ramen restaurant, right? It's in Düsseldorf. I know the waiter can speak Japanese. I can speak Japanese better than not that good, but like still better than my German, especially at that time. Now both are equally shitty, but like both are usable. Yeah. So like I was like it's not like I can't say like what I needed to say, but it's like the anxiety the anxiety just stopped me. So I was like, can you do it? It was like, fuck you. Okay, I'll do it this time. You do it next time. We never needed to do that ever again, because after that I found out that unlike Japan, online booking in Germany is actually honored. And it's actually quite painless for like for the customers. So whenever I handle the booking, I don't need to talk to anyone mostly. But now, because I've been on the other side of the telephone as well, I've like, I know what I know the extent of like, well, I mean like I guess like I can vibe with what the extent of like when people can help you or not. So like yeah. So I guess that kind of helps, but yeah.
Yeah. Experiences will always help.
Exactly. So I guess my teacher wasn't wrong after all. It's a work in progress, but at least I'm improving. I'm learning.
That's good, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think how actually this is also the funny part, right? I joined journalism club in high school. So I did have a part in like writing some articles for our school magazine.
Yeah.
I did not really understand what is happening. I just swipe and like write anime reviews. I think I just gaslit my my supervisor to kind of like post the article because they know my sisters. My sisters all graduate from that high school, so like yeah, I was used to I'm this guy, I'm this girl's brother. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did get like the article through, but do I really learn anything journalism? Maybe. Hopefully. I mean like my teachers are still like trying to guide us as much as they can, but you do have like 30 people like doing their own thing at all times, so like it can be challenging regardless. So I tried to join the broadcasting club as well. I don't know why I thought I could survive there. Because especially after I went to university and I tried to vibe with like the radio people, I just can't. Maybe I can if I try, but I feel like at that time like the gap between our vibe is just too different. So in the end, I just joined the nerds to play card games.
Lamau.
As I did in high school. Although in high school, there's not much people. I mean, like, I went to a Catholic school. I went to a Catholic school that is the top Catholic school where you go to study. So, like, one is how do I mean, like, in the end, like, as long as we don't play it like during school hours, the teachers are cool with it. So, like, if we play like after school, like, yeah, you can play Yu-Gi-Oh in the canteen. Like nobody's going to really. I mean, like if you spend too much time, then the security is going to remind you. Yeah, I mean, like you guys have been here for like 2 hours. Like you need to let other people use the tables as well. Like they are going to remind you, but it's not going to be an infringement of any kind.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but like I can find like maybe I think like in the end I have like 2 other people who play Yu-Gi-Oh with me. We have a third guy, but this is the deal. He is from the Magic Club, as in like he's doing the magic tricks. And I don't know if he sees just Yu-Gi-Oh as a part of his training. But he basically always have like the same 5 cards in his hand at the start of a game.
Judge is cheating.
We cannot prove it. There's no burden of proof. At that time, we don't even have the. I mean, like, we are casual players. We don't have the concept of like cutting your opponent's deck. I thought I was like, especially because you read Yu-Gi-Oh and then like they were describing cutting the opposing deck as if it's something that is something that you do when you really don't trust them.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I played with him once and then I never played with him again. Also, like if you're treating as a training for your magic tricks, right? You could have not played with your foot and just get the 5 pieces of Exodia into your hand. But he was basically playing with his foot. So basically, what he do is he have a combo to kind of like get the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in your hand. You diffusion it, and then he has like one card that basically like, oh no. You just discard your whole hand, and then he have a card that can attack twice basically, and it has 4,000 attack. So basically just kills you on turn 2, on turn 1 going second.
Lamau.
I was like, oh yeah. You at this point, I think I mean like partly it's still a skill, not the one that you need to display in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh, but at that point, why do you play with your foot? Just get the 5 pieces of Exodia and get this done with. I mean, like, at least
that is an interesting skill to have for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I try to not learn magic tricks. I don't want to get tempted.
Bruh.
Yeah, because I mean, like, in the end, I guess like that's why it's a slate often is a skill, right? But like, yeah, I mean, like, again, if you're playing card games, like these are not the skills that you want to be displaying here. Yeah. Well, I get sidetracked again. Yeah. Basically, Mermedia Princess, very cute. Looking forward to her. Yep. And then, of course, we have to talk about the regular cards as well, because they're the bread and butter that makes our games good. And of course, we have the... First of all, I'm not taking this card, especially because I think it's good. But I don't want to miss this opportunity to point out that this is the deep hole.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, thankfully in Japanese and English, you can kind of like describe hole with 2 different words. But why wouldn't you want to call the deep hole? It is a deep hole.
It reminds me of this hill in the UK. I think it's a Glastonbury tour. I think.
Yep.
Give me a.
Yeah, I think I forgot what is the name, but I think like it's I remember someone like telling me, bringing up like this the history is basically, I think like someone found it and then their neighbor called it that and then plus hill in their language, and then the next people came and then it became longer and longer and until the English found it and then it becomes the blah 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 hill.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I forgot the order, but I just as an illustrative purpose, it's kind of like, yeah, this is like basically the Scots came to the Welsh and then like asked them like what is the name of that hill? That is hill in Welsh. So they call it the hill in Welsh, hill in Scots. And then the Irish came. And then the English came, and then it becomes longer and longer until it
There we go.
became English.
Toppenhau Hill
Oh,
is the one I was thinking. Yeah. Interprets the name as ridge of the hill with a rocky peak. Given its etymology as Old English tall, Celtic pen, and Old English hall, each of which mean hill, thus the name Toppenhau Hill could be interpreted as hill, 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 hill.
Exactly. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh god, I swear to God, this is like this was like intentional.
Definitely. Hopefully it is. It will be funny, but it will be funny if it is. It will be way funnier if it is intentional. Because I think like the best that I know is actually in Malaysia. It's not in Indonesia, sadly. It's Jalan something something street. I forgot like the actual name of the street, but it's basically I think like it's Jalan Thompson Street.
Where's this? Indonesia.
It's in Malaysia. I think it's Jalan Thompson Street or something, or Thompson Road. In which Jalan is basically street or road, depending on the scale. Like we don't really scale it beyond Jalan usually. Jalan is like Jalan can be like kind of like an alleyway up until like the highway.
Jalan, does it start with C?
J. It's a J.
G.
A J. It's Jamaica.
J.
J for J. Yeah, J. J for Jamaica. Jamaica.
Chalam, huh?
Yeah, for think. Okay, let's. This is where the large language models is going to be.
Yeah, it's just because I had the list in front of me right now, but I guess they didn't record everything.
I remember in Malaysia, there's a street called something like Jalan something street. Do they exist? This is probably not going to be how I promise probably going to be if it will be kind of worrying if like someone heard this and they found out that's how I use how I prompt ChatGPT and might be it might be detrimental to my application.
What?
Because I think like now, especially if you're like looking for jobs and AI is on the AI is kind of like the requirement. AI skill is like the requirement. Like they want to know like how you get your answers right, basically.
What? Really?
I guess so. If they do, if they actually check.
I didn't really hear of that. I know my employer like kind of wants me to use AI, but like it's more like for code. Well, not really. Well, technically it is coding, but it's like like the easy stuff where like if like a beginner like me would understand.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I do Ricky anyway, so like, not really a beginner. And most an amateur, but not beginner for sure. But yeah, like just like help with coding some stuff, or like just like basically telling them to do like the mundane things. But like yeah.
I mean, like I guess it's not really a requirement that is open, but I suppose like that will be like I guess like after I meet like.
Well, at the very least, the acceptance of AI is probably at least what they want to look for.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, like, especially if you look at how like quote unquote like layman like uses ChatGPT, and then you kind of realize that maybe to some extent it is like getting the right prompt. It's because I guess like in the end it's kind of like how you want to look for things kind of matter.
Yeah, I mean, I use ChatGPT as like Google anyway.
Yeah.
And even then, I still like make sure that like I got the source right and everything.
Yeah.
Like after it tells me the answer, and just go into Google, is this true? Basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, if you want to use it as a search engine, always be critical of the results.
Yeah.
That is what is important. Just like the deep hole.
Yeah, how do we even get there? Anyway, oh yeah, tautology.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, this is all because of that hell. But anyway.
Yeah, it's a very purple specific counter for some reason.
Which kind of like calls back to like the early days of Battle Spirits for real.
But the thing is like purple's already in a rough spot, and then like green's meta, and then now you're here just like yeah, let's make green counter purple even more.
Yay. And then screen like the color that is most impossible to be like depleting like effectively, like reliably.
Yeah, no, literally, yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like harsh because like this card is kind of like needs your opponent to deplete your spirit. So I guess like I feel like it's neat to kind of like have this effect, but like also like well, realistically like how many times it's going to trigger.
I mean, you're probably gonna use it more for the level 2 event.
Oh yeah, it's I just realized it existed, and it kind of, well, I guess like if you can consistently get it to level 2, it's kind of like, well, I wouldn't say busted, but like that's really.
I mean, you are using green, and it's only like 2 calls on it.
Yeah.
So basically, actually, we haven't even said the effect. So basically, the effect is level 1 during opposing turn. When your green spirit is depleted by an opposing effect, select one of your spirit besides the ones that's being depleted, and then put a call from the void onto it. And level 2 during your turn, once per turn, soft once per turn. So if you have multiple copies, this again activate multiple times per copy. Well, once per copy. When your spirit is summoned by using legacy, put a call from the void to your trash. So this is one of the example where we just mentioned set 2, they kind of pushing on using legacy really hard.
Exactly. Yeah, so basically, they basically make lots of effects where they kind of reward you for like summoning a legacy or succession, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, fair enough. It's a new mechanic. They want to push it.
Exactly.
Like, I think it's an interesting direction to go as well. I would say. You know, it's like obviously what it means is like they're not forced to like already make like new mechanics, new keywords in like set 2,
and
stuff like that. But like they'll be like, you know, let's just like expand on what we have right now, you know, kind of thing.
Exactly. So we can really basically like safely just make a video of keywords, and we don't really need to add that much stuff now.
Wow.
Yay. So happy times.
Nice.
This is the nicest card that I've seen in the set so far. Nicest card that I've seen for yellow so far, and I'm very excited. Hopefully they are going to make an exception and make Soldier at a Diva as well in Diva Booster 01. She deserves it.
We'll see.
Yeah. But even her base form, I really like it. I mean, like her art, I already like thinks it's a really nice art. But like when I see the effects, I was like, oh my god, finally. We can have nice things for once.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Although like as usual with yellow, you kinda need like 10,000 things to actually make it useful. But either way, like finally the effect is something that feels like it's worth the effort. So of course, like the gimmick for yellow in BS02 is you have to attack at least twice to start using the effect. Which for me personally, because I used to play Echo Force and Vanguard, so it's kind of like a nice callback to that time, I guess. So yeah, so basically with Soldier Red, finally for once with yellow, there is no once per turn, there is no cannot duplicate. Realistically, can you deploy multiple Soldier effectively? Probably not. But if you do, there's a reward for that, and I'm really happy about that. And anyway, base stats wise, finally we have something that is not like 5,000 at level 1, 7,000 at level 2. Finally something that can realistically like escape Flame Hurricane. If you just want to be safe, she's the topaz card. You can just play Lifelink on main step and buffer by 2,000 and then she will be safe from red effects for the rest of the turn. If you really need to. And then, or you can just play Measure play the with your Measure cards, just play the lifelink with Measure and then pump her afterwards. And you can gain symbol with Ember Mima, so that's another plus. Ember Mima is already 11,000, he doesn't need protection. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, I got sidetracked again. Yeah, basically, when you perform a second or more attack, if the attacking spirit is from the family, what's Kikoku again? So basically, Kikoku or Shibutsu.
Wave Cry, I think we call it.
Yeah, I also forgot. I did because like all the new family names are really fancy, so I did not really commit them to memory.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah. If only they were like they made them like as
simple
as
well-raised is how we call them.
Yeah. Well-raised and what's
like
crying
demon.
Yeah. And then Hexacraft.
Hexcraft.
Yeah. I think I remember Hexcraft, but I don't remember well-raised.
Yeah, pretty sure that's Hexcraft. Yeah.
I read that the other day when I was making I didn't really make an article about her specifically. I forgot why. And I was researching to make a deck for her, so I was just researching what is available in Whalebred and Hexcraft at the moment. Most of them are going to come from set 2. Yeah. Although we do have like strong content in set 1, but yeah, still. And at the lower end is going to come in set 2. Yeah. So basically, when either your Whalebred or a Hexcraft is attacking, you just one opposing spirit. It gets minus 4,000. If it becomes 0, return it to the bottom. You know what?
So good.
It's so good. First you get minus 4,000. It's not the minus 2,000 bullshit that they give to Thunder Dragon, and we have to live with. So it can, it is big enough. It's not necessarily big enough to destroy anything yet, but it's substantial enough to kind of like, okay, so like if your opponent wants, now at least if your opponent want to match your BP, they kind of have to use their hand to pump their spirits. But even then, it's going to probably match your spirit, so you're at least going to trade, or else, or else they're going to lose something when blocking. So that's already nice enough. But if you do kind of like focus on one spirit and you get to get it to 0, especially because purple in this set is really going all in on the when destroyed shenanigans. You don't trigger that. You bounce it to the bottom. It's not your problem anymore. If it has an EX symbol, it wouldn't have that either. It's just too beautiful, man.
Yeah, but obviously, keep in mind that as you mentioned, the level, the minus 4K effect is probably more so just to avoid the BP comparison than trying to destroy something.
Exactly. Yeah, so don't focus on that. But if you manage to destroy something, they don't trigger then their when destroyed effect. They don't get an EX symbol. So yeah, beautiful, just beautiful. And then the level 2 effect is more, I guess at that point, more of a bonus, but it's still really nice to have as well. Which is you can return one of your cost 6 or higher, cost 6 or lower spirit to the hand during the flash timing when this card is attacking. During this turn, this spirit gains 1 yellow symbol. You see why this becomes really nice? You gain a symbol for the rest of the turn. She's a Topaz, so she does have access to Thunder Shatter. And then her BP is big enough. If anything is only a little bit larger, so as long as you don't fight against Amplify, I guess, that's probably going to be the pain of your existence. But yeah, so as long as you're not playing against Amplify, I think you're pretty much safe from most things. You can just give them minus 4,000. You can safely attack at 10,000. Your opponent's probably going to be like 9,000 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, this is yellow. In the end, you still have access to Triple Thunder. You have access to Portal Hacking. Like if you really need to, you can. You have access to Lifelink as well. So like yeah, you can still do something if they do have the answers. So like it's not the end of the world. And then returning one to the hand might sound like a cost, but like we do get like more stuff that activates when summon effect for Topaz, especially like the Biscular, which has like a lot of reduction when summon. It gets minus 4,000 as well. Yeah, so is that, can we really say that's barely a cost? Not really, but it is something that you can work towards building something else, and that is always nice. Yeah, and of course also like there's the shenanigan of yellow in this set to kind of like allows you to use the symbol of cards in your trash as well, so you do still have access to legacy. But even if you don't use legacy, you can still like deploy lots of spirit like with the pretty low cost. Yeah. So looking forward to meeting with Soldier once. Well, not once September comes. It's when July comes. So she's going to be released 2 weeks after my birthday as well. Still feels kind of special.
Nice.
It's 2 weeks away. It's definitely not made for me, but like still feels kind of special. Really like her. I will make an effort to make her work. If she needs more, if in the end like somehow she just didn't have enough cards to make her work, I'm willing to wait until Wellbred and Hexcraft become big enough for her to actually be really strong. And we can talk about Soldier F all day, every day, but we do still have a lot of things to go through. So there's Mandia, which of course like the level 1 effect, not too special. It has Rumble 6, but the level 2 effect is the one that he brings something new that he brings to the table. Of course, blue is not as fast as white or green, but it has been getting more core boost in its game. So of course, getting it to 3 to level 2 is not as hard as let's say if you play yellow or purple. Cry in pain.
Yeah, it's very much like more for ball control. Obviously, the mill was really good, but like it's more like you're making your opponent block so that you don't just catch the mill trove, stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, his level 2 effect is basically when your Spirit with Rumble reduces the opposing life, you get to mill 6 as well.
Yep.
Which is always can carry a risk, and which can carry a risk because you can discard their EX symbol, that is 1, and then but on the other hand, you do get access to more defined mill as a winning condition, which is kind of nice still.
Yeah.
And regardless, it's a Rumble 6. It's a Rumble 6 for Trico, so either way, if you bring this guy in, it's not going to be that much of a what was it again? It's not going to be much detriment to you, I think. Depending on the situation, but I think like that is still neat enough as a bonus effect. Of course, like you can as you play more, you can kind of like tell the vibe whether your opponent can be given more trash or not. If you're playing against Armored Fish, just mill them for fuck's sake. They deserve that. They play Armored Fish. They deserve to be milled.
You say that. I just won my own tournament
with Armored Fish. Of course you do.
And what's even better, I won 6 starter deck for it.
Nice. So we finally have like the same amount of
What?
stuff. Blah 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 blah. I was too excited and my microphone got disconnected for
Wow,
a second.
wow.
Yeah, so that's Mandia for you. And we have Sinoris. I am tempted, but I will not make the joke that Mandia sound like Mandia, which is kind of like basically you say that you kind of want to take a shower in Indonesian.
Okay then.
Yeah, but then it's also kind of like a well, is it nonchalant, but kind of like Mandia, gitu. Something like yeah. I guess I'm going to take a shower. It kind of like emphasizes some sort of priority that it's
Okay, sure.
yeah, not really hard priority, but like I would rather take a shower and like dealing with whatever is in my in my face right now.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Let's end this podcast then.
No, I didn't take a shower earlier. I don't need more showers. I did not talk about Sinoris. I did not talk about the word of the dinosaurs that looks totally like a dragon, acceptably a dragon. Like I mean, like by other Thunder Dragon standards, because we do have a Velociraptor as a Thunder Dragon in BS01. There's officially a dragon, but of course it's not a dragon. Even though it has thunder, lightning stuff like coming out from its talons and shit, but like it's not a Thunder Dragon. It is a new family that is, I think like it's something Dino something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, the family is not big enough to be talking about right now. So like we can worry about that when it actually becomes a concept.
We just call it Dino Scale.
Yeah, fair enough. That's why it's scaly.
Yeah.
And when it while it is attacking, neither spirit can be
destroyed by BB comparison.
Which is
yeah.
And then like at level 2 during your end step, if the spirit is exhausted, you can choose one of your top spirit and refresh it.
Yep.
So this is
just
nice.
Like pretty decent, yeah. Like it allows you to refresh something with high BP as well.
Exactly. Told you that. Ember Mima.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think like in the end I saw like Ember Mima and like, this is a wall. This is a wall. Imagine like if you use Ember Mima with Thunder Shatter, you heal 1 and then you refresh an 11k blocker.
Yeah,
that's actually kind of mean.
Well, I mean that's the intention, isn't it?
Exactly. That's probably why you should then, if they didn't really allow you to use Thunder Shatter during the opposing turn, isn't it? For cheap, I mean.
Yeah.
When you can, but it's not, you need to pay more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically like also the intended effect for level 1 is of course like to some extent you still want to remove your the opposing spirit, but of course because it itself cannot be destroyed by PP comparison, it kinda forces your opponent that okay, so you either take the damage, or you kinda have to use your magic card to remove this card if you want to avoid this particular damage, or you will still probably lose 1 blocker depending on what deck you play. You're going to like basically miss 1 blocker, and then basically you have something that can survive until for that battle. Definitely can going to survive for that battle, and then you can use your subsequent attack for cards that actually have effects that activates on second attack or more.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the main intention, you use it to make the first attack, so the second attack or more can unlock the other effects.
Yep. Exactly. And it has 4 cost reduction, finally. But I don't have to pay like 3 costs just to summon the cost 4 spirit. Of course, rightfully it doesn't have an EX symbol, but yeah. This guy is finally the guy that doesn't intend to die on impact. Because up to this point, it feels like whenever I see a yellow card, it's like, I mean, like, the effect can be decent, but like, why is this card looks as if it's so hell bent on like getting destroyed? Like, it has low status, it has EX symbol, or it has when destroyed effect. So it's like, so basically, if I want to use you, I have to get you to die before you become useful. I mean, this is a game, so sometimes you do have to do that, but it's just Blick, isn't it? Especially since that's not really what the deck is usually doing. I mean, like, if it's purple, then you can kind of like, yeah, it's just a purple thing, isn't it? You don't really think twice about like sacrificing your spirit, especially if you have stuff like Deadly Balance and that doubly deadly. Do you even think about sacrificing your own spirit? You don't, do you? So yeah, but like in yellow, it's like, I think the last time I did that, I told you before, but like it's when back then when the game was still like slow enough, and then I bought like the Pentan premium box, but I don't have the old stuff. Like, my best bet at like cycling through my whole deck is just using the effect of Butler Pentan, and which when my Pentan is destroyed, I get to draw one. And then I use the Yamato Pentan from the premium box to give them target attack. And then I just slam everyone to my opponent's biggest spirit until I draw my postcard. That I only have one of in the deck. Because I only bought like one set. So I was like, huh.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's
Unga Pentan is actually so fun.
Exactly. I like used them in the last tournament. Didn't do that well with it, but like it's fun, I guess. I said that and I think I won twice. Yeah, I think like the last round, it's a little bit hard to admit. I won with the Pentan, I lost with Indra. Something's wrong with my life and I don't know how to fix it. Everything's just going down in downward spiral and I don't know if I can ever recover from this. Well, my Parvati stuff is now here, so
nice.
The problem is going to fix itself, I guess.
Yeah, my budget's still a bit tight, so
it will come eventually.
Not upgrading anything yet, no.
It will come eventually, don't worry. But yeah, I just learned today that this card is an X rare. I thought like, wow, this card is really decent for a master rare, and then I flipped to this card and then I just realized that there's that gold X behind its effects, and I just found it now. No wonder he is so swag. I was like, god damn, I went like, just by the colors, the composition of this card, I just really like the art because like, ooh, this guy looks like really confident in what he can do. So I was like, yeah, the effect. I didn't play green enough to know the subtle. I mean, like, it can absorb a symbol from your current spirits, even though it's a cost 7. So I think that's already something that he brings to the table. He has 4 reductions, so which means it can be played like kind of lightly. And then if your spirit with 2 or more symbols, so either itself or your spirits that is boosted by current is blocked, then you can refresh all of your spirit that cost 5 or lower. So you can either finish them with a double symbol, or you refresh all your spirit with current and then let them do the job. Yay.
Yeah. Pretty decent.
Yeah.
I can't really comment much because like I'm not really grasping the idea of currents right now. Like I do obviously we saw the pie chart, it's kinda like winning quite a bit, but like I don't fully understand what the deck needs to do, stuff like that. So I don't really know how good this card actually is.
Yeah. I mean, like, I saw like the deck list, and then of course, like one of the best current cards for now is Mermedia Princess, and I saw the price, and then like I just gave up. And yeah, I guess like the general idea that I get from like seeing people's videos is basically more into like, I guess kind of like making it a pseudo clash, as usual, as per usual. Everything is just clash.
Yeah.
But yeah, on with the added bonus that with that what was it again? With the sea snake that can heavy exhaust something if you have a spirited current.
Yeah.
So with that guy, basically you can kind of like do a control because you basically have to your opponent basically loses 2 blocker whenever that guy attacks.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of like the. Until then, I guess you just wall up because like some of like the current spirits they have like big enough status, and you can just leave them on the field until you can summon your big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you are playing green, so as much as you can be fucked by armored fish, you do have access to cards to kind of like counter them with tentacle attack and vortex shave and stuff to kind of like okay, so you can exhaust my blocker, but you're not going to deal me any more damage than this. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it will pan out. Also, yeah, now that I say that, if you attack with this guy and then you exhaust one of your spirited current, or if they just if you manage to like at least like gain 1 somehow, we have like 3. Yeah, I mean like at that point like you kind of have to have 3 current spirits at the very least to be very safe, I guess, or like they have to be like cost 5 or more. Then it will be safe from like that double vortex. Then you can also just if something get exhausted by vortex shift or tentacle attack, then you can refresh them once. Of course, with tentacle attack, the problem is not gone, but at least you refresh once. Maybe you can use the whale. Yeah. So there's 1 out to against other green decks. Yippee. Yeah, and then we have Amano Sakimiko. Yeah. Art's beautiful, isn't it? Enough reason to get her.
Shikidoji,
yeah.
Great artist.
Exactly. He's doing his magic again. They are doing their magic again. Yeah, and although like I want to say that the pretty face is the most important part, but the effect is actually also really nice because at the start of your attack step, you choose one of your spirit that has clash. During this turn, if that spirit wins PvP comparison, you draw 1 card. Of course, this effect does not stack, so if you have multiple copies, you can activate it only once. But if you just Gaia. Yep. That can be pretty nasty, especially in this set threat is very hell-bent on like buffing your spirit and everything can affect Gaia. So like imagine if you have to fight 25k Gaia that kept on refreshing and then they get 1 card every time they won the battle. Finally, the draw actually matters. And now, yep. And then I guess it is time to maybe consider playing stuff like Triple Thunder in Red now. Don't know how you are going to manage it, but if you want to,
I don't think you even need to. Like, I think the whole point now would just be to set a Fali Gaia with Sakimiko, and then just like gain Bob presence and then gain resources from there, kind of thing. Yeah.
I guess like even if you just draw 1, since Sakimiko can activate every attack step, it doesn't. It is a
she's just like a decent mini draw engine in general. Yeah,
it is a good investment still.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if you don't draw your Valigaya yet, she has Clash on her own. So if you summon her on level 2, she can just target herself.
Yeah.
Yep. Still nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah. I mean, like, finally something that covers for itself. I think like that's a part where she is like really strong, right? Because like I think like
but like the beauty of like battle spirits is like combo cards, right? So it's like I get it why like they want you to be like 2 cards doing something together, because like that's kind of the joy of it.
Yeah.
We're seeing what happens when 1 card can do everything.
Exactly.
They're all in the ban list now.
Exactly.
Well, except for Magnemizer, we just got released from the ban list. Oh god.
Yeah. And then you thought that your opponent mills that one Magnemizer. Oh yeah, they are gone. And then like they mill second one. Oh fuck, they are not gone. I forgot they can bring 3 now. But they bring 3? Probably not. But yeah. Now she's being able to targeting herself already like really nice. Again, like you have like lots of cards that also can stay on your field and buff your red spirit, so like even her BP line is going to be covered somehow. If you still bring Shiniel, she has like 9k Clash if you win row 1. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yep, and then speaking of draw cards, like you see Amano Sakimiko, and then you see the Squid. And then you see as you got hypnotized by anything and the wave that it emits from its brain, like you start to see, first of all, 8 cost 3 reduction even in green. Kind of hard task still. The family is not really shared with anything. Guess it's because his main thing is drawing, so I guess you kinda can't really make it too synergic with anything else. If it's summon white,
I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's you want to use with the current cards,
but can't you like? Don't you have to target like a specific like a vortex site or something, or a Oceanic Green, or it's just any cost 8 or higher?
I actually forgot. Oh yeah, and this is a specific family. Oh, and currently all of them are Oceanic Green. Yeah, fair enough.
Shit. So, like,
I mean, we might get new ones, but I don't know. Maybe.
Whatever. Like it depends on like how big the family is, right? If it doesn't exist like Oceanic Green, like why? Why do you make a current like something else's thing? But yeah. Anyway, still, I mean, like the when summon effect still pretty decent. If it's someone with legacy, you get to exhaust one opposing spirit, and it may sound kind of underwhelming, but we know how actually big that is in standard right now, because sometimes you just need that. Yeah, you just need that one exhaust to get that one damage in, and everything just goes downhill.
Yeah, or even like in general, to pair with this level 2 effect. You basically just make sure you get a draw free.
Yeah, so basically what Ayumu mentioned is when it reduces the opposing life by attack, you can discard your whole hand. If you discard at least 1, you draw 3. Which might sound underwhelming, but in standard that's very big. Like drawing 3 new cards from your deck is big.
Yeah.
Yep. Is it held back by its all other status? Pretty much yes, but the drawing 3 itself is still pretty nice. We are definitely not being hypnotized by the Squid and ended up just trying to talk good things about it. Yeah. we talk good things if it's actually good, for the most part, unless we are biased. Most likely we are biased, but yeah. So we have Romas Rika, which is a purple, so I'm going to leave this to you, the guy who actually plays purple, so I don't talk shit out of my behind.
Well, I mean, I already play purple now. Yeah. Well, what's his name again? Romas Slika.
Yes.
So reading the flavor text, like he's like one of the servants under Queen Babriana. Yeah. So on destroy, target of Sing Spirit, remove all but 1 card from it. On attack, when being blocked, select 2 opposing spirits, move 1 card each to the reserve. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I think, yeah, he's in the Dark Pulse family, so like, I think you're kind of expected to play with Shamanism, which is also fine as well, because like cost 4 is kind of like a great number for Shamanism. 4 minus 3, obviously good.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Like you have to pair up with a lot of effects, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's not the worst. Like, especially since we're moving one core each, including Spirit with Soul Core as well. So like, if your opponent isn't careful enough, you just swing.
Oh yeah.
And you're basically forcing them to take one life if they don't want to lose their spirit. So that yeah. And obviously because of shamanism, you can easily bring it back 4-3 as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and it will be your problem pretty much permanently.
Yeah.
Which is not a nice thing to hear. Yeah, I think like when I saw this card, like the most that I can say is like the 4-cost 3 reduction finally in purple already makes it appealing. I think I was I was being very biased because lately we see like 6-cost 2 reduction, 7-cost 2 reduction. I was like, oh my god, give purple some break, man. Well, at least they get some break. So yeah, there you finally have something light enough that is not too small.
Yippee.
Yeah, but again, like the effect is very subtle. Can't really like the chaining feels a little bit awkward, but I guess like you don't really chain it the way you chain it in Magic the Gathering. Because like because like I guess like they would expect you to pair it with cards that destroy something and then they do something. Like the awkward part is because you destroy something as a cost and then you shoot like 1 core. Like I guess like in other card games you can kind of like maybe like the when destroyed effect can work as an interrupt. So like you can clean the cores until they only have 1 and then you activate the main effect that shoot another 1. But in Battle Spirits, I don't think they introduced effect caps in standard yet, so let's skip them until we need to talk about Eternal. So like most likely you're going to resolve the whole thing first, so you shoot 1 core and then you activate this effect to clean from another spirit. But I guess again, if you use it with Shamanism and you use Queen of Beanaros, that's already enough. You can just use her effect to shoot the remaining core and then everything is going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So the next one is I would say like this one is a ghost. So this one is another thing that you should not be able to touch, which is the hologram dinosaur. Pepas Tirano.
Yeah.
Yeah, so which I don't know if it's a paper pepper or is it supposed to be like kind of like a paper tiger kind of thing.
Pepper.
Yeah.
It's pepper. So it's like we've got like similar stuff in set 1 as well. So the concept calls Pepper's Ghost, which is a classic optical illusion used in theater to create the appearance of floating 3D transparent holograms. Yeah. So that's where the name Pepper came from. Yeah.
I see.
So like we got Pepper Bear in set 1. I'm pretty sure something like that. Yeah.
Makes sense because I don't think this is the first time I see holograms, but I saw this and I only remember my time playing against Amamiya with this amplified deck, and I only get PTSD because of course, because of course, like on top of your his spirit is going to win most of the PP comparison because of amplify. If you let him be, he also have access to what was it again? What is the turtle's name again?
The what name?
The turtle from the entry deck. Oh fuck! I really like that card and I forgot the name.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is the card. Matanda.
Okay.
Yeah, the entry deck boss. I mean, like you do draw quite a lot, but I mean, like surprising, like you don't really need to empty your hand. Your hand will just naturally be empty. So like Rogelum actually like for the most part is going to throw you at least 2 cards. Which I did not expect. So like Rogelum is a 3-off. it really makes sense. It connects now. Rogelum is actually a 3-off. Is that the card that is that the card that is going to change your life forever? Is going to guarantee your win? No. But are you at least going to feel like really good even if you lose? Yes. Yeah, so there's that. Of course, that's Amplify on level 2. Level 1, you already have access to Matanda before. But now, with this effect, all of your Leucomis spirits, when they activate their Amplify during that battle, all of your spirit cannot be blocked by opposing spirit has same or lower BP with it. Which if you have experienced how big spirits with Amplify can be and how they can refresh at the end step, God, that is going to be really annoying to fight against. Yeah. So yeah, just try to kill their spirit as soon as possible, or just not kill, like try to win the game before they have like 5 spirits on their field. Yep, that's a more healthy way of saying it. Let's not kill our opponent, or let's limit it to in game. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we have said what we want about the dinosaur. So let's go to the next one. So we have Gigasros, which has already been introduced before because this guy is going to be featured as the next standard shop battle winner promo. So the title that is currently being held by our cover boy Zelotol, which is why we were like, why is this guy getting so much love? Because again, he is a cover boy for the standard tournaments, and also he got his own Diva. God damn, it is winning too much. Even though the more I look at it, it becomes more and more awkward to bring it. Yeah, or I just like Pericle a little bit too much. I don't know. Of course, Lochmas is the code, so that's another thing that we need to consider. But I really like this guy mostly because when it is summoned, you draw 1 card, and then for each 1 card that you draw, you choose 1 card from your hand and discard it. Now, that might sound like, why do you discard the same number of cards? Because for each reduction that you get from the legacy or the succession, the number of cards you get you draw is +1. So not only finally in blue you get an effect to finally fill up your trash so that you can use it for the Nexus redeploy and stuff. You get to take up to 4 cards from your deck, which is also very nice. And then not to mention that in this format where the spirits can be very core hungry just to reach level 2, when it attacks, you get to choose 1 of your spirit. During this turn, it is treated as it is in its highest level, which is 2 for now. But yeah, we never know if they wanted to add level 3 eventually, so that is a future proofing for that, I suppose. But yeah, draw 4 is card for Ayumu. Doesn't that bring joy to you? Finally, we have Storm draw. Yeah.
It's decent. I mean, at the very least, you're going through 4 cards from your deck. Exactly. I think like the most optimal use is like, especially obviously with Soul Magic, they give EX symbols. Just kind of probably like expecting you to be like spending some Soul Magic. You know, maybe like use 1 or 2 blockers, and then you just like summon this thing, draw 4, ditch 4. So at the very least, you know, you get like a big body on the board and you're filtering out 4 cards from your deck. Yeah.
So how is it going to be useful is going to depend on how the other Pharaoh-based stuff pan out, but still. Seeing draw 4, discard 4 as an eternal player, that brings joy to my heart.
Yeah, Pharaoh is interesting deck. I do wish it's more viable. Fortunately, it's like only like one of the X rare from the starter deck is actually usable right now, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they can go to the direction more into God bless. But yeah, I think they can go into the direction of like the high cost utility kind of thing. So kind of like so like the each of the posts are going to be like laser focus on like doing one thing like really good. So the idea is then you use Giga's Nose to kind of like you probably will bring like maybe one or two each, and then with the Giga's Nose you kind of like filter for the one that suits your current use case basically. Maybe one will have camouflage, for example. And that's like the low hanging fruit, right? So like basically now this card is going, or maybe just this card score cannot be removed by the opponent, kind of thing. While it is attacking, not to make it too broken. So like, yeah, this one card is going to be like real good against purple. This one card is going to be real good against red, and so on and so on. Like then you can just like to some extent like pick and choose on what you are going to what you can use in this battle and this match basically. Of course, that's also assuming that the game state can kind of like extend to like the later turns, but yeah. I mean, like sometimes you don't always play for tournaments, do you? You sometimes you just want to play like casually and then got stomped by Amplify because you let them play for too long.
True. Yeah.
Exactly. Amplify is like now is like kind of like I wouldn't say like it's going to be. I mean, like if you play it against it with like a deck that's like really fast, maybe it's not going to be that much of a threat, or it's going to be like really way slower to build up. But like if you play with a equally like slow deck, it's literally cancer cell, man. The leucomis naming, yeah, that's actually kind of like why is it sounds like a white blood cell.
It's because
Leukocyte is white. The leukocyte is
yeah,
for the white part right there.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally Latin. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like it's just similar to not to mention, but yeah, I guess like it kind of like it's kind of like a cancer cell in a way. It's like if you let it grow, it's going to be threatening.
Bruh.
Yeah. And then of course we have the other blue. So last Sunday was a very blue Sunday because we have two blue extras coming up. We have Kaukasan, which is basically like supposed to be the postcard for your golem craft, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Deck. Yep. I just like to call it golem craft, although it doesn't make a golem necessarily. Because now your Nexus already has family, so like they don't need the new family. They don't need the artificial soldier. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, when this spirit or your Nexus or your spirit is originally a Nexus is blocked, you get to destroy one opposite spirit's cost 5 or lower. And at level 2, when it attacks, you can choose up to 2 of your Cyan 3 Nexus, and then you turn them into golems. Yippee. Yeah, I have a soft spot for like golem craft. I don't know why. I just really like the concept, but
I mean, the concept is interesting.
mm-mm.
Like, if it actually works, I would like to try it out as well.
Yeah, I'll probably like give it a shot. Just to try to play with the idea. Don't know if it's going to be. Because like again, unfortunately now casually, it's just I mean like if you want to play competitively, you are going to think about like how you are going to get through Armored Fish. If you want to play casually, you have to think about how you get through Amplify. And both decks are going to be supported in this set as well, so yeah. More things to think about. And this concept is has just been introduced. So it's going to need some time to kind of like brew, and hopefully in the next set it's going to get some stuff to solidify it even further. But I guess like from how Amplify is performing, I guess we can hopefully like this set maybe not going to make it like super strong, but like at the very least kind of like define the direction of like how they're going to improve it as well. Yeah. At the very least. So yeah. But yeah, I mean like the being able to destroy cost 5 when it is blocked can still be nice regardless, because your golem spirits are relatively speaking kind of small. Even though this is blue, again now blue you have more avenue to kind of like increase your cost as well. But still like just in case like you don't have enough, maybe your spirits only are like 5k, then basically when it is blocked by something small, then you can destroy the blocker if you have to, so it doesn't have to do the PP comparison even. You don't have to. I mean, like again, like I guess like they are introducing more stuff to reanimate your nexus, but you don't have unlimited reanimation, so like if you don't have to do that, even better, I suppose. Yeah.
You also have to be really careful because like there are some nexuses you probably want to use the effect and stuff like that.
Exactly. So you can't just column craft willy-nilly. You kind of have to be selective of like, what can I lose now?
Yeah.
Especially since they cannot activate their effects, so I don't think they can even activate their when destroyed effects, can they?
No.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah.
And I think like
they're going to be in standby state, right? So at that point, they're still spirits because they're affected by the effect. Yeah.
True. And also, I think like there's the one encompassing. It's not also treated as a spirit. It is treated as a spirit. So like I think like at that point you don't treat it as a nexus anymore. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how it's going to pan out. And of course, before we leave, I mean like we have talked about criticals so much, so like we kind of have to have balance a little bit. Have Duraruel, and which again like last week I guess we have like lots of master rare coming up, so like that's why like everything's like feels just very interesting, like lots of things to talk about. This week we kind of like started go back to the comments, so I guess like things are slowing down a little bit, but I guess like this is one of the other ones that comes from last week, so one of the master rare. So with the theme of red in this set, when it is summoned, you can choose one of your spirit. During that turn, get plus 3000. That might sound normal, but as with the theme in this set, for each card that you banish with legacy, for each AX symbol that you banish with legacy, the number of spirits you target is +1. So basically, if you do clash and then you still have like 3 or 4 spirits, then you can just banish more to kind of like buff everything.
Yeah.
Yep. And you kind of
up to
up to 4 up to 4 up to 4, yes.
No, because originally only targeting 1, right?
And
it has 4 reductions, so +4.
True. I failed to count that, and I failed my mathematics. And then going to matter as well, because at the end of its battle, for each 10,000 of the spirit's PP, you choose one of your predators cost 6 or lower and refresh. Anyway, where was I again? I got distracted. I got distracted for a second, and now I lost what I wanted to say. But yeah, just like Saki, what was her name again? Asake, yeah. Amano Sakimiko.
Yeah.
Yep. Like she can stand up on her own. This guy finally needs someone else to cover for him, and that is, I think, a nice callback. And yeah, now that I mentioned them both, you can actually just Amano Sakimiko, and now even if you don't have Paligaya, you have something that can have Clash that can attack twice in a way. Yeah. So not so shabby. Some nice boys for you, Ayumu. Finally.
Okay then.
Yeah. And yeah, I was kind of like thinking about like talking about the last championship as well. But we have too much fun talking about the food again as usual. Need to remind ourselves that this is not a food podcast. Maybe eventually we'll just have to make a separate one when you have enough to talk about. So maybe we just briefly look at them a little bit. Because basically what we can see here is the trend that out of the top 6 decks, so I don't know why they shared only 6. Yeah, I think they only shared only 6 actually. Like, yeah, I don't know why they specifically chose the number 6.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have like 2 posts and then every post has like 3 deck lists on it. Yeah, so they actually only post the top 6. But like out of the top 6, so we have 1, 2, 3 light contract. So half of them in the top 6 is light contract. Kind of nice. Overall, they look sufficiently different, which is always nice to see because like you can kind of see that what things that they actually like worry about. And then I guess like now that I saw the unite counter, it's actually wait, unite counter doesn't trigger from token making, so why is it? We'll figure it out eventually.
It's probably more so like, for example, you got cards where like they can be summoned at full reduction at 0 cost. For example, literally the fish right there. Yeah, so like you have things like that where it's like, you kind of have like a low chance of just like disrupting their board when that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, Crimson like the Crimson Seek Worm is also still running around. So that might be able to destroy something.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at one you don't. Yeah. I think at one you don't really worry about like it actually like kind of like meddling with your strategy too much. And yeah, I guess like there's that one point in which like they might. Yeah, I guess like I can kind of see the point. So like if they summon the fish when they don't have any radiant like advent card yet, then you can kind of like clean the blocks that they have on their field. So it might be a little bit situational, but yeah, I can kind of see the point.
Yeah, I think it's for like a lot of decks. Like some decks aren't winning, but like they still very well in the meta.
True.
Oh, actually, you know what's for Indra? Yeah, Indra will make sense. Petite Bat, maybe a chance as well.
And that's tier 3 now. Do you need to worry about it that much? Don't focus on Indra. Yeah, and then we have a Crimson. Of course, the Crimson good stuff. Basically, like everything that activates when you hurt yourself.
Yeah, because Mistworm is around as well.
Oh yeah.
So that's another target for Unite Counter to at least activate, yeah.
Damn.
Crimson. Jeez.
Who would have thought that the cost to card from the SD back then would actually be like one of the best cards right now? How times
having the option to sell this card will always like come in like some niche users, yeah.
Yeah, I mean like it used to be like filling in that niche, and then now everybody needs that niche for some reason. Like every purple tech and their grandparents needs a Mistworm right now. Well, not really need, but like they can benefit from it.
Yeah, this isn't even a purple deck.
Yeah, and it still benefits from it. It's the absolute time to be playing Mistform indeed. And then of course the other one is the Dan Astral
Well, the
Deity.
right
Yeah. Red Astral Deity that finally closed its way back. Yeah, now of course we do have lots of when summon effects, so I guess you can, since the deck do draw a lot, you can kind of justify the Pharom as well.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But even then, yeah, one copy is enough because you practically only get to use it once, basically.
Yep.
Well, you only need to use it once as well because of how fast this deck can just end the game.
Exactly. Yeah, surprising. Yeah, that's probably why. I was like, why do they have like so little started draw? And then I just realized that they maxed out on their Apollo Dragons as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know they are strong, but I was just like looking where the slot goes, and I was like,
yeah, the deck in general doesn't really need that many draws, so
True.
that makes sense.
True. It just feels good, isn't it? Like, everything goes to my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb that they do that. You can just core charge and then like you discard Tari Draw, Burning Sun, Fire Paradise, and then like everything goes to your hand. I was like, ew. No wonder is that got hit by the panelist. I mean, like, it's not going to be every time, but like whenever that happens, it's like, ew. Like, why is this even possible? But yeah. Also, like at the very least, like Morgesaurus, now that the Fire Paradise is limited, like it finally shows up in the map again after it's being ignored for the longest time. Because you can just use Fire Paradise and Vulcan Arms to take your deck instead.
Mm-hmm.
And then Silent Lock finally making its comeback because, yeah, again, the top deck right now is the Light Contract. So you kind of don't want to give them another flash timing. You kind of just want to end everything right away, and they don't rely on Brave as much as the other Flag Contract decks do. So yeah, that's another one point that the Astral Deity kind of like got an edge from. And then of course the last one is of course the white Astral Deity, because of course. Yeah. Is there any new development here? Well, actually they bring one less of that Strike Apollo Worm. I guess that the meta starting to change. You don't really need to worry about like aggro anymore. Well, not as much.
I mean, they always only play 2 copies anyway.
Yeah. So I guess like going to one. Also, like now you guess like Kishon Dock is more.
Oh wait,
immediate.
what? You're talking about the burst?
Yeah, the burst.
Oh no, I don't think they actually ever included that.
Yeah, I think it's only that one tournament where Indra is kind of like still like really major.
Yeah, I think also more so because they play a lot more Braves now, so one copy of that might actually help.
Yeah. Oh wait, is that? Oh, I think I did not scroll enough.
Yeah.
So actually, the winner. Oh yeah. The winner is actually this guy. sorry to the second place. The first place. I thought the second place was you. So yeah, the sad. Unfortunately, Light Contract wasn't able to take the crown yet. It was given to the Barone Astral Deity instead.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, like how right after the ban list is like instead of Dan, it's just Barone at top.
Exactly. It's just like, yep. Which flavor do you want this in this month? And the next band is going to be awkward as well because like now what do you even want to hit now?
Yeah. I mean, it feels like the meta is fine now. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I mean, especially because if you are playing like non-standard decks, I think like Barone Astral Deity is actually like not really, not to the it's not unbeatable at the very least. I think like if you play like decks that actually like doesn't really play into it, like and can have like, and if you just even if you play like no like the top decks, but you play like non-standard cards like Percival RP, then you can kind of like maybe like still a turn. Like it's not to the point that the deck itself is unbeatable. It's just that I guess like in the meta right now, it's one of like the most stable one. Weirdly, even though it disguises itself as a gacha deck, that's why it feels like the most stable deck in the meta is a gacha deck, even though it's not.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's technically not a gacha deck. It's like a stable deck with gacha.
Exactly. It disguises itself as a gacha. Disgusting. This is an affront to our religion of armored machine gacha. And the problem is even more amplified because Barone's main family is armored machine. This is an affront to our belief in gacha. You should not be summoning Strike for Leo consistently. You should be hoping to summon Ragnarok from your top deck. And Corbo 6 because that feels good. Your Honor, I rest my case. But it's just interesting, isn't it? Like seeing how people like kind of like build their version of like Armored Machine Gacha. Because like you have Enoch who like, yeah, I played Arjun. And like, yep, suddenly it's just Armored Machine Gacha, isn't it? I knew it. And then now with Farah, you can also go to the direction of like just adventing the Bachman Gale on top of your Platinum Buck as well. Just like, it's kind of feels disgusting that you can do that.
That's why it's on top now.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess like I will probably, as I'm waiting for the remainder of my Farah parts, I'm going to probably just use my fourth Farah in my Amaterasu deck. Yes, now that I think about it, like yeah, I mean like I try to use like some people have the idea of like bringing Premiere, because like once you get one counter, then you kind of get like the draw together effect, right? But like yeah, I guess like I kind of have, if you want to do that, you kind of have to change it a little bit. I think like otherwise it's going to be a little bit slow. That's like then the access to Reaper that you have is probably going to be at most like Bloodshot Blade, Arthur, so Cranwood Choi, and then what's the other one? Yeah, basically at most like maybe you can bring Redwolf. Because I think like War Dragon does have like a lightweight Rebirth. I don't know if you want that instead. Or maybe bring Ryza at that point. But if you bring Ryza at that point, just bring Farah. And then you do get like a Nexus that you can play on your turn 1. It gives you 1 core and it gives you 1 symbol to play Amaterasu on turn 1.
Yeah, that's what matters, because this meta just about speed anyway.
Exactly. Even if you play casual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get Amaterasu on board like right away and then you are going to be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not guaranteed to win, but for the most part, your strategy is going to go in the right direction. That's the list that we can see. So yeah, I guess finally we caught up with everything. Damn, we speedrun. We actually was able to speedrun the whole tournament. Yay!
It could be faster.
It could be faster. One day. But yeah. Also, like the results for the Indonesian 3-on-3 is finally out, so I'm going to post them to our Twitter soon as well. So if you haven't followed our Twitter, it's always in the description. It's at @ttg_Navi. So yeah, there's that as well. I will then always promote it because I mean like lately again like I think like I've already explained well not really explained because that's kind of like shared before like what is like this condition in Indonesia, and probably that's why we don't have that much results for the weeklies and stuff. We do have some this week though, so like we do like get burst news once in a while. If you need like more notifications for new uploads, we'll post them. We'll post the new videos if we have them on like either Friday or Saturday, basically the weekend. So where you can turn off and like listen to stuff. Yeah. So there's that. Yep. Otherwise, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, do feel free to send it to us to our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. Or if you're listening to this on YouTube or Spotify, you can comment on the episode as well. So yeah, overall, summer is finally feeling great. I am still sweating because in order to not produce too much echo in this room, I have to close all of my doors. So my only source of like cooling is my fan, and it's kind of far away, and I'm starting to sweat. It's not a good feeling. But after this recording is done, I can finally open my door again. I can do luften. Yeah, my lungs have been transformed by the Germans. By Germany, I think. Yeah, I mean. So yeah, Ayumu, have you discovered the beauty of luften?
What?
Luften. It's an act to circulate air inside your house.
Well, I mean, yeah. We've been doing that since forever.
Exactly. I mean, like, in Germany they just name it, right? Yes. I mean, like they just contextualize that act as luften, and they have Stoßluften, which is an even harsher one, where you basically with luften you basically just use that second mode where you just open your window a little bit just to let air in, but like not really anything else. Well, insects they can still get in, but like at least people would struggle, I think, at best. But yeah. And then you have like the mode one, which is just to open it completely, and you do that during winter for 5 minutes just to let the air circulate, and then you close everything, and then hopefully you won't be us dying. But you're going to feel really cold. That's why you do it only for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you know, like with everything American, they caught up with the with other people's culture, and then they give it their own name. And for some reason, they call Stoßluften. In American English, it's house burping. I was like, I mean, like, why house burping? Is airing not good enough for you? Is airing the house not good enough for you, Americans? Answer me. Nah, just kidding. I mean, like, I would like to find out, but I don't think like anyone will have like the answer. I think like it's just a kind of like one people called it that, and like everybody just that kind of makes sense, kind of thing. Yeah. So I guess we'll just have to survive another 2 months of summer. After all, the red things can be.
Thriving in it, you're surviving it. I'm not you. We're different.
Once it's winter, we are going to flip the script. I'm going to try while you die. While you are dying. While you are dying. I need to we need to we need to fix the matter of permanence. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess we can do the Christmas market again, probably, hopefully. I will hope that Ayumu will get enough money to go to Germany this year. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Now you make a flag. Now I'm not gonna have enough money.
Dude, that's cringe. Making less money, cringe. Oh yeah. Yes, that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward. Is it just that I feel like something is missing? Oh no. I'm starting to lose it. Starting to lose the grasp of my own outro.
We hope you have a nice week going forward, and we'll see you all in the next refresh step.
You're pretty close. But yeah, I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward. And we'll see you all in the next turn. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I was just like trying to fit in like how